Hey, it's Marty again. One of the questions I get from almost all of my clients is, how can I save money on my divorce? The average cost of a divorce in the United States is going to be about $30,000. Now, that doesn't mean that every divorce is $30,000. I work with clients that are a couple of $100,000 into divorce fees. I work with some clients that are going to go through the divorce and not have many divorce fees, but they're going to deal with a lot of the emotional costs of the divorce. So the actual dollar amount is one thing. Then there's also the emotional cost of divorce. The best way to reduce both the dollar amount and the emotional cost is to go into the divorce, leaving behind whatever feelings, emotions, frustrations, embarrassment, hurt, being left behind, being lied to, being mistreated, not talking about physical abuse here, but emotionally mistreated. If you can put those things aside and work from a more analytical point of view or have a collaborative perspective, in other words, we're both going to get what we want out of this relationship rather than I'm going to see if I can really stick it to you, you're going to reduce both the emotional and the financial costs. This is where divorce coaching can really help you. The second thing that you can do to help reduce the cost is to make sure that you have your priorities in place. You know what you need to get out of the divorce, and you know what you'd like to get out of the divorce, and you are prepared to move forward with that information. If people get greedy in the divorce and try to take too much, that's when the conflict tends to ramp up. And remember, conflict equals money. Just keep that in mind. You can research and hire the correct attorney. How do you do that? Well, that's another thing that we talk about in divorce coaching, but specifically take the time to look at the website, get referrals, have a free consultation, and ask your attorney the questions that you need answered to allow you to determine if they are the right professional to work with you. Hire the right professional team. And I get that this kind of sounds a little bit counterintuitive. Wait, you want me to hire more people to save money? Yes, in the long term, it will. So here is what I am presenting to you. If you have any kind of high assets or any level of assets, really, if you've got personal and community property, depending on where you live, it may be called matrimonial property or part of the estate. Or if you're in a community property state, then you're like Texas, then you're going to just call it community property, community and separate property. But having the right professionals to help you through all of this stuff will really help you save money. So the first person that you probably need to bring on your team, even before your divorce attorney, is a financial advisor, planner, CPA, or a certified divorce financial planner who can really walk you through what are the benefits of different options with regards to your finances. For instance, should you keep the house? Because the house can be a big area of conflict for the couple. Is it better to sell the house and then just divvy up the profits, or is it better for you to buy out the other partner or the other partner to buy out you? I mean, there's lots of different options. Do you want to keep the property, use it as an investment property, and you both split the profits from that? I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities here. It's not just a he gets it or she gets it kind of deal. A lot of reasons why the financial planner is going to be beneficial is because there are a lot of issues around capital gains taxes, things like that, that you may not be thinking of. For instance, if you sell the property together when you are still legally married before the divorce happens, that capital gains allowability is much higher than if you're a single person. So you can save yourself some capital gains tax if you sell it when you're together, if you were going to sell it anyhow. Okay, long detailed explanation there, probably more than we actually need, but hiring a certified financial planner can really help, even with taxes, lump sum payments, all that kind of stuff. Who are you going to hire to help you through the day-to-day stuff? Again, that's where a divorce coach comes in, how to make those decisions, how to deal with the emotions, how to plan for mediation, how to plan to talk to your attorney to save money. All of those kind of things can help. And sometimes having a mental health professional involved as well, a therapist, Perhaps if you're not into traditional therapy, maybe you want to look at somebody more like a life coach, or do you want an energy healer, or who do you need to come into your life to help you deal with the emotional stuff that you're dealing with? Because that's going to be a big part of anybody's divorce, is that emotional stuff. You need to know what your future goals are. So what do you want to do after the divorce? What do you want to do 6 months after the divorce, a year after the divorce, 5 years after the divorce? You need to have a fairly clear picture of that so that you can make the right decisions for yourself during the divorce process. And the last thing that I want to talk about today is if there's any way possible to resolve your divorce or to settle your divorce in a mediation without going through litigation or a prolonged attorney back and forth kind of deal, that is always going to save you money. So mediation before litigation is a great way to do that. Sometimes mediation is not appropriate, and sometimes there's good reasons why the mediation fails. One partner isn't there in good faith. Those kind of things can happen. But mediation is a very low cost process that at least I would recommend people try it and see if they can resolve their case before they actually hit the litigation thing. And always remember that whatever you're doing during your divorce, it is going to be critical to make sure that you put the well-being of your children first in making those decisions. So I hope that helped you a little bit. Those are just little tiny brief nuggets of information that may help you reduce the cost of your divorce. Dig through the articles, read through the information, and be sure that you reach out and connect with me, and I'd be happy to work with you if you're interested in saving even more.